We were on holiday on Islay and we had fantastic weather, so we were getting sun-tanned and enjoying the quiet island holiday.
And we had a heat wave and we went swimming every single day in the sea. And
it was all going swimmingly until the 24th of July 2013.
It's such a great holiday. And then this heart attack came completely out of the blue.
It just became unbearable. And at that point I kind of crawled into the back of our camper van and basically told my now wife, Bibo, just to get me out of there, to take me somewhere, to get help.
But Brian was lying in the back of the van shouting, "Go faster, go faster." And he normally never does that. Normally he shouts, "Slow down." So I knew there was something wrong, you know, and I arrived there and his face was really white and he looked really ill. So the ambulance people arrived and I spoke to him there and he promised me to get through it.
Brian was a 50-year-old gentleman who was previously fit, used to regularly attend the gym, had no major cardiac risk factors, and it wasn't. He had a job, he was a teacher, he was an artist. So these are factors that we would consider when patients do suffer from circulatory collapse and need mechanical circulatory support. It certainly excited us to go ahead and offer Brian the greatest or the maximum support that we could.
It was a complete strange, nightmarish world which I gradually became aware of. It wasn't a sudden awakening, but rather a gradual coming around out of what I now know was a medically induced coma, you know, sedation.
I had no idea what was going on at all. It took me a long time to understand little bits each time somebody explained something to me. And when I first saw Brian, all I saw was that I was, you know, the one I loved lying in a coma.
It was a very difficult time because indeed with renal failure, respiratory failure and cardiac failure, although we had him, so once we intervened, we started him on extracorporeal life support, and the machine provided him with a heart and lung replacement, but still many other vital organs weren't well. And we discussed that with Brian and with his family, saying that he was too ill, too sick to have a transplant. And we would offer him end-of-life care. We would discuss how to turn off the machines and let him die with minimal pain or discomfort.
They came to the bed and said in a roundabout way that this isn't going anywhere and they wanted to introduce palliative care. And when they left the room, I said to Brian, I started crying and I felt let down by everybody because I thought they had given up. But when they left the room, I said to Brian, you know, don't believe a single word they're saying. They have no clue what they're talking about. And then later when his mum was there as well, I said, you know, that's it, I'm going to get married.
Bibo suggested that maybe we should get married at that point. So again, I wasn't able to discuss that. I wasn't able to give my opinions and other than nod my head and say, yes, let's do it. But it was the 28th of September 2013 when we actually got married, and now that was now more than 2 months after I'd been in hospital.
And I think that was the best thing he did, because from there on, his kidneys picked up. He started to breathe without the ventilator, and we managed to take the tube out. In fact, everything that was wrong with him went back to normal. Everything except a broken heart, which shows that love conquers all, but almost all. And after 3 months, probably on the best day of the year, Brian had a brand new heart and a heart transplant, an event that made lots of people very happy.
When I started to recover and come out of hospital, I started to reflect and really understand how many people, how many medical professionals and other professionals, and not necessarily clinical, are actually involved in the whole care from the acute situation, emergency, surgery when I arrived, right through to rehab and post-transplant. The number of people and the incredible skills and variety of talent and experience that is on hand is just unbelievable. It's quite breathtaking when you think about it.
You know, some of the doctors and some of the nurses thanked me afterwards for the support that I had given Brian, and that meant a lot to me as well. You know, that they appreciated, you know, that I as a relative went through a lot as well, and I was there too, you know, and I appreciate what they've done as well, obviously.
Bibo and I together discussed some of the things which were important to us, and a key goal of ours was to get home to where we live in Aberdeen and to go to the beach, because just that idea of when I was for months and months in a sealed room with no fresh air, to go to the beach and experience the sand under my feet and see the waves and the wind in my face, and by this time it was early spring the next year when we actually achieved that. We got home, and that was a fantastic experience. It was a goal that we wanted to achieve, and we finally made it out of there, made it home.